Okay, so I love the Outlaw Rogue, but I switched to my Ret Paladin as my new main, 8.25, because I hate re-rolling. Since then I've been trying to get loaded dice to work, and it's just never competitive, and you can't keep a 2 buff active throughout an entire Mythic Plus. So somehow this just started simming better than Blood of the Enemy Major and Alacrity build. What I'm using is Vision of Perfection. Vision of Perfection procs Adrenaline Rush. You get loaded dice procs off of that Vision of Perfection Adrenaline Rush proc. So to help with the Vision of Perfection procs, I'm not sure if this is how it really works, but I'm running 2 Brigand Splits because Adrenaline Rush is up all the time like this, and I think you get procs off of haste. I don't know if that's really how it works. Corruptions, I'm running Strike Through and what's the other one called? Severe. Just like typical shit. My corruption isn't even that high. The resistance, this isn't my main, it's my alt now, so obviously it could be better. My gear's not that good. It's not optimized. This is a piece of shit trinket. These are both 460s. But I guess I'll just show you a little bit here. So I hate re-rolling. I've been trying to make this work forever, just as like a quality of life build. But it actually recently started simming higher than Blood of the Enemy Alacrity. I don't know why, but I've been running it for like 2 weeks now, and not every run, but most runs, especially if the tank's pulling back to back, you can keep a 2 buff up throughout most of the dungeon. And with always having a 2 buff up, there's a proc right there. So I have a weak aura that shows me when I have a loaded dice proc up. And I'd recommend you get that if you play this build. See, it's right here. And I was trying to make this work just as like a quality of life thing, but it actually does decent DPS. Only for AoE. I would only run this in Mythic Plus, not raids. It's pretty much trash single target. And I'm not really like doing a perfect rotation here. I'm just trying to showcase that you can have a 2 buff up like all the time. And I don't think this is going to be like new meta or groundbreaking, but I did want to showcase this a little bit just to show that you don't have to. I just procced Adrenaline Rush over the top of a Vision of Perfection. I just wasted that. You don't have to run. My problem was I would save Blood of the Enemy for a pack, right? I run with pugs a lot, so I don't know when the tank's going to pull big or not. So I'm like holding Blood of the Enemy longer than I should. It's not always on cooldown, which it should be, which is annoying. And then we pull a huge pack, I pop Blood of the Enemy, I have shit rolls. Can't get a good roll. The pack's like halfway dead by the time I get it up, or Adrenaline Rush is over. It just never like, it would line up like maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the dungeon for me, and it was just frustrating. This, you always feel like you're not lacking. Like you're always like maximum DPS potential every pack, every pull. There's like never a lull. And Adrenaline rushes up so often, you're almost getting these Brigand Blitz benefits like all the freaking time. Like I said, I don't think this is like new meta or groundbreaking, but it is such a nice quality of life way to play the Outlaw Rogue that I just kind of wanted to showcase it. So check it out. You can keep a 2 buff up for an entire dungeon. It's really cool. And I run with another rogue, and we're pretty competitive, like pretty equal on DPS. And he runs the traditional Blood of the Enemy Alacrity, Severe, Strike Through. And there are pulls where he pulls away from me, but not very often. Like when he pops everything like I was saying, and it all lines up. But I don't really have to worry about that. It's just so nice. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for checking it out.